Welcome to the Esthetician Coach podcast, where passion meets strategy. I'm your host and esthetician coach, Amber Boone, and each week we're talking strategies, solutions, and mindset to build and attract your best life and career yet. Welcome back to the podcast, where we talk about beauty, business, and living intentionally from the inside out. I'm your host, Amber, licensed esthetician and founder of Skin Soul Rituals. Today, we're diving into something I've been feeling in my bones lately, the art of less. More specifically, the art of doing less. Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that more equals success. More clients, more offers, more content, more hustle. But truthfully, the most powerful, magnetic, and profitable shift I ever made was doing less. So let's talk about what happens when you stop overcomplicating, you start trusting your intuition, and you create a space for your business, your life, and a moment to actually breathe. So let's be honest, the beauty industry loves to glorify busy. We know that, right? You're supposed to be booked out, posting daily, launching constantly, and working 12-hour days like it's a badge of honor. I've been there. I get it. And sometimes I still find myself there in those moments. And you really have to bring your focus back to what matters and what's important. But here's the truth, okay? When your business and your life are cluttered with too much, your energy gets scattered. Do you feel me on that? Your energy is going a million different places and you don't really know what to focus on. Your audience feels it. Your audience can feel your energy. Have you ever been around somebody and you can feel their energy, whether it's negative or positive, somebody that you want to be around, or maybe somebody that you're like, I got to get out of this. I got to find a way out of this situation. So if you think about it, we are constantly putting off different energies. So especially in our business, we want to bring our best energy because that's what people want to be around. That's what they crave. That's what we want to be around, right? We want to be around somebody who's got good energy and good vibes, and that person that you can probably think of in your mind right now that you're just like, I love being around them. That's how we all should want to strive to be for our business, for our personal life, for all of it. But sometimes it gets overwhelming. So that's what we're talking about today. You can't scale chaos. You can't manifest that flow in burnout. And you definitely can't feel confident when your nervous system is fried. So when your nervous system is fried, you can't focus on what you need to be focusing on. I used to think that success meant doing everything, checking all the boxes, staying stressed out. And this is something I don't have completely figured out. I will be honest with you, especially growing a new brand and business. But I just think it's so relevant to talk about right now, especially as we're getting into a busier season and trying to do all the things. But I'm growing and learning with my new business too. But what actually is growing my business that I've noticed and keeping my sanity is simplifying. So having that one clear offer instead of 5, one powerful weekly video instead of 3 random posts that you're just trying to get out there to get something up, one aligned product focus instead of 10 half-developed ideas. I'm so guilty of that. I want to do all the things. I want to have all the products and so many different ideas. So I can relate. But doing less doesn't mean being lazy. It means being intentional. And this is not easy for us creative business owners who want to do it all, right? However, there's a rhythm to doing less, and simplifying is the art of refinement. You start realizing your time, your energy, your peace are all currencies. When I created Skin Soul Rituals, I could have gone in 100 different directions, and sometimes I still feel like I am. And trust me, my manifesting generator brain wanted to. It still wants to. Daily, I have to fight with it. Are you familiar with human design? If not, look it up. It's pretty cool. But I'm a manifesting generator, which means I have a lot of different interests and that I'm not meant to do just one thing. And if you know me personally, you're probably like, oh, that makes complete sense. But every time I got quiet, the message has remained clear to simplify the ritual. Get focused. When you focus on the depth instead of the width, everything expands. You stop chasing trends and you start cultivating that trust. You stop being a content robot and start being magnetic. You don't need to do more. You need to do less, but do it with intention. And I get it. I'm still in this learning process and building my brand and my business. And I've had so many product ideas, y'all. It's insane. But realistically, I can't keep up with all of them. And I can't successfully navigate all of them. So I've taken my main focus right now to clean candles and holistic skincare because that's what speaks to me. And that's where I want to be right now. And that's where I'm spending my time, my energy. That's not to say I don't have other offerings and I won't in the future, but right now I have to focus and get clear and simplify. So, my question for you is what do you need to simplify right now in your day to day, your business, or your life? What can you focus on and what can you let go of? Does anything particular come to mind? If so, that's what you need to focus on. And maybe it's not letting go forever. It's not that you're ditching this and you're never going to come back to it, but it's letting go right now so that you can get clear on your bigger mission and goals. Next, we're talking about how to do less in your business. But first, I have to tell you, if you're ready to start practicing the art of less in your own life, in your day to day beauty rituals, which is a perfect place to start. At Skin Soul Rituals, every product is designed to help you slow down, ground your energy, and reconnect with yourself. It's why I created Skin Soul Rituals, to have that moment of self-care. But our fall candle bundle is the perfect ritual for cozy evenings. It's hand-poured coconut wax by me that nourish your skin and your space. And I just launched what I'm most excited about, our Gua Sha and Glow Elixir Kit. It brings you back to presence. It's 5 minutes of lifting and sculpting, and it's intentional self-care that reminds you to take care of you, which we all need a reminder sometimes. And this week only, you can take 15% off your fall candle bundle. It's my way of saying thank you for being a part of this community and choosing that ritual over routine. Just head over to skinsoulrituals.com. Use code FALLMAGIC15 at checkout. I'll put it in the notes below because doing less isn't about giving up. It's about being intentional, simplifying, and creating a space and life that you love, that you get to share, that you get to be a part of, creating that energy. Now let's get back to the episode. So let's talk about doing less in business, especially for my fellow entrepreneurs, estheticians. If you're doing everything, multiple service menus, too many social channels, scattered marketing, you're not expanding, but you're leaking your energy. The businesses that thrive aren't always the ones that are doing the most. They're the ones doing the most aligned things. So what if you just focused on one core offer that changes lives, one content pillar that educates and converts, one simple sales strategy you can actually sustain? When you take that focus off everything and you focus on one thing, it gets easier. Your results get more refined. And that's how you grow sustainably. Your audience starts to trust your rhythm. It's easier for you to talk about. It's easier for you to focus on this one thing when you're not trying to do all of the things. Your results start to compound because your energy isn't so diluted. And remember, you can't be magnetic if you're manic. If your energy is everywhere, you lose focus of what really matters and your message gets lost because you don't have a focus and your audience doesn't know where to focus because you don't know. But by simplifying your systems, you're going to amplify your results. So we've talked about doing less in our business, but what about doing less in life, in our personal life? Because it all ties together. Business, personal life, they all feed off of each other. And yes, we try to compartmentalize, but especially if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, we know that's not always realistic. But doing less is actually the key to not being so overwhelmed with your to-do list. It's the key to feeling like yourself again, to feeling alive, to wanting to be in that moment instead of trying to fast forward to the next moment, to get things done, to get all of those things checked off of the to-do list. But you're actually being present. You're actually living in that moment. Your creativity opens up. You simply feel more aligned in your business and in your personal life. The moment you stop chasing the next thing and start savoring what is in front of you, your nervous system calms down. It's like, oh, we can breathe. Your creativity opens up, and you may have ideas that weren't there before because you were so bogged down with all of the things that you couldn't focus. And you simply feel more aligned in your business and in your personal life because you're taking space, you're taking time, you're focusing. And that's why I call them rituals, not routines. Rituals are intentional. They anchor you. They remind you who you are. So light your candle, do your gua sha, drink your tea, be here now, be here in that present moment, whatever that means to you. But that energy is what we want to create in our life daily. It allows us to breathe. It allows us to focus. It allows us to share more of ourselves with our friends and family, with our clients, with our customers. As you move through this week, I want you to ask yourself, what can I let go of? What can I simplify? What can I do less of, but do it with more presence, more love, more intention? Because the art of less is really about making space for flow, for creativity, for beauty, and for your highest self to show up when you need them most. If this episode resonated with you, I hope it did. Share it with a friend who's ready to slow down and still be successful, because it can happen. Tag me on Instagram. I'm over at Skin Soul Collective. I've also got an Instagram at skinsoulrituals.co. Let me know what you're simplifying this season. What are you simplifying in your business or maybe in your life? What are you letting go of? What are you focusing on? Links are in the show notes for all the things that we discussed and to connect. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week and that this was the reminder that you needed today. I will see you next week.